You wake up one morning, no alarm, no rush, no messages, no one calling your name. For the first time in many years, you are completely free. You smile, you stretch your body, you look around your room, and you say to yourself, "This is it. I've made it. No more stress, no more pressure, no more work. This is the life you've been waiting for." But then, something begins to change. Not immediately, not loudly, but slowly, quietly, deeply. Days begin to feel longer. Mornings lose their excitement. And the same freedom that once felt beautiful starts to feel heavy. You begin to ask yourself questions you never expected. What am I supposed to do now? Why do I feel this way? Why am I not happy? And that's when the truth begins to reveal itself. Because the reality is this: most people don't actually want to retire. Not because they love stress, not because they enjoy waking up early, but because retirement takes away something they didn't even realize they depended on. Something deeper than money, something powerful, something human. Let's talk about the first reason, the one most people never notice until it's gone: identity. All your life, you have been something: a teacher, a driver, a business owner, an engineer, a manager. Everywhere you go, people ask you one simple question: what do you do? And your answer becomes your identity. It becomes how people see you. It becomes how you see yourself. You are respected for it, recognized for it, valued because of it. Now imagine one day that answer disappears. Someone asks, "What do you do?" And you pause, because you no longer know what to say. You're no longer the boss, no longer the expert, no longer the one in charge. You're just there. And that moment, that small, quiet moment, can shake a person deeply. Because humans don't just want to exist. They want to matter. They want to feel seen. They want to feel important. And work gives them that. Now let's go deeper. The second reason is purpose. Every single day you go to work, there is something waiting for you. A problem to solve, a task to complete, a responsibility to carry. People depend on you. They call your name. They ask for your help. They need your input. And whether you realize it or not, that gives your life meaning. It tells your mind, I am needed. I have value. I am useful. But the moment you retire, that system disappears. No one is calling. No one is waiting. No one is depending on you. And slowly, a dangerous feeling begins to grow. The feeling of being unnecessary. And that feeling is one of the hardest things for a human being to carry. The third reason is structure. Most people don't understand how important structure is until it's gone. Think about your normal day. You wake up at a certain time. You prepare. You go somewhere. You do something. Even if you complain about it, it gives your life direction. It gives your brain a pattern, a rhythm. But when you retire, that rhythm disappears. There is no fixed time to wake up, no schedule, no clear plan. At first, it feels relaxing, but after a while, it becomes confusing, because too much freedom, without direction, can turn into emptiness. Days start blending together. Monday feels like Tuesday. Tuesday feels like Friday. Time loses meaning. And when time loses meaning, life starts to feel like it's slipping away. Now let's talk about something even deeper. Something people don't like to admit. Social connection. When you work, you are surrounded by people. You talk, you laugh, you argue, you share moments. Even the small things matter. Good morning. How was your weekend? Let's eat together. These little interactions, they feed your soul more than you realize, but retirement changes that. Suddenly, those daily interactions disappear. Your phone becomes quiet. The people you used to see every day are no longer around. They are still working, still busy, and you are no longer part of that world. And that's when loneliness begins. Not the loud kind, not the obvious kind, but the quiet kind. The kind that sits with you in the morning, the kind that follows you in the afternoon, the kind that whispers at night, and over time, that loneliness can grow into something much bigger. Now let's talk about fear, because even when people have money, fear doesn't go away. In fact, sometimes it becomes stronger. You start thinking, what if this money finishes? What if something happens to me? What if I get sick? What if I can't take care of myself? When you are working, there's a sense of control. You know money is coming in. You know you can handle things. But when you retire, that control feels like it's gone, and uncertainty takes its place, and humans don't like uncertainty. It makes them uncomfortable. It makes them anxious. It makes them hold on to what feels safe. And for many people, work feels safe. Now here's another powerful reason, a very simple one, but very real. Many people don't feel old. Yes, their age says 60, 65, or 70, but inside, they still feel alive, strong, capable, ready. They still have ideas, still have energy, still want to contribute. So when someone tells them, it's time to retire, it doesn't feel like a reward. It feels like a restriction, like being told, sit down, your time is over. And for someone who still feels alive, that can be very frustrating because deep inside, they are thinking, I still have more to give. And now, we arrive at the biggest reason of all, the one that connects everything. Most people didn't build a life outside of work. For years, even decades, work was everything. Wake up, work, come home, sleep, repeat. There was no time to explore passions, no time to build hobbies, no time to discover who they are outside their job. So when retirement comes, it doesn't feel like freedom. It feels like being dropped into an empty space. No direction, no passion, no excitement, just time, too much time, and nothing meaningful to fill it with. And that is the real fear, not retirement itself, but the emptiness that can come with it. So what does all this mean? It means retirement is not just a financial decision. It is a psychological, emotional, and personal transition. And if you are not prepared for it, it can feel like losing a part of yourself. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way. Because the problem is not retirement. The problem is how people prepare for it. Most people only prepare money. They don't prepare their mind. They don't prepare their life. They don't prepare their purpose. The real secret is this. Don't just plan to retire from something. Plan to retire into something. Build a life while you are still working. Find things that make you happy outside your job. Learn new skills. Develop hobbies. Connect deeply with people. Discover purpose beyond money. So that when the day finally comes and you wake up with no alarm, no job, no pressure, you won't feel empty. You'll feel ready. Ready to live. Ready to explore. Ready to become a new version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, people are not afraid of retirement. They are afraid of losing their identity, losing their purpose, losing their place in the world. They are afraid of becoming invisible, of becoming nobody. But you don't have to let that happen, because your job is not your life. It is just a part of it, and when that part ends, another one can begin. A better one, a freer one, a more meaningful one. So when you think about retirement, don't just ask, how much money do I need? Ask something deeper. Who will I become? Because that question is what truly decides whether retirement feels like freedom or emptiness, and maybe, just maybe. The goal was never to stop working, but to finally start living.